What's going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online video, where today we are going to be looking at the list that Robin Scholes recently used to win the 2019-2020 Pokemon TCG International Championships in Latin America, Sao Paulo, Brazil. So huge congrats to Robin, an insane accomplishment. Of course, Robin already a very accomplished player in his own right, of course, being the 2018 Pokemon TCG World Champion. Getting a international championship title is definitely an awesome accomplishment as well. And with a deck that he has seen a lot of success with so far this season, I believe already got top 8 at a regional championships. If not top 8, it was like top 16. And that was with an ability-based Charizard deck, Reshi Tails, as some have called it. And yeah, just using Reshiram Charizard-GX, Heatran-GX, Turtonator, and then the addition of the new Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff-GX. We've got Victini Prism Star in here as well. So let's go ahead and hop into this thing, take a look at this deck, and talk about what it does and why Robin was able to take down the tournament with it. So the idea is that we're going to power up Reshiram Charizard-GX or Heatran-GX, like just any one of our many great attackers, depending on the matchup that we are going up against, and we're going to start just doing a ton of damage as quickly as possible and targeting down whatever we want on our opponent's side of the field, thanks to Ninetales here with the 9 Temptations ability, letting us discard 2 Fire Energies from our hand and then switching one of our opponent's bench Pokemon with their active. So in these tag team matchups, ideally we're going to go turn 2, 300 damage with Reshiram Charizard or Turtonator or Heatran. Any of these things can do 300 damage through any of their some of their attacks, and knock out one tag team, and then use Victini Prism Star's Infinity to knock out another tag team. An addition, of course, from Cosmic Eclipse to this deck was the Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff-GX with the Jumping Balloon attack, doing 60 more damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon GX and Pokemon EX in play. So this can really ramp up the damage very quickly for just 3 energy, which the deck can definitely utilize sometimes. So we've got the 0-1 line of Zebstrika in here with the Sprint ability, letting us discard our hand and draw 4 cards once during our turn. So very good to just continue to draw through our deck, digging for those welders every single turn that we need. And specifically in here for that Pidgeotto matchup, those hand lock decks that want to keep you at a 0-card hand and control your top deck the rest of the game. Zebstrika can kind of help you get around that. For Jirachi here with the Stellar Wish ability, letting us just, you know, look through our deck even more. And it's really all about Welder. That is what this deck revolves around. It's only made possible because of how powerful Welder is, being able to power up and get 3 energies in play in a single turn, 2 through the Welder and then 1 for our attachment for turn, letting us power up any of our Pokemon as quickly as possible. So we have to hit the welders. The idea here is that we're going to try to hit welder every single turn if we can, and if we can do that, we are usually going to come out on top in the game. The rest of the list is pretty standard to what we have seen thus far throughout this season. We've got the 3 Giant Hearths and the 1 Heat Factory Prism Star. Now, a lot of people, I think, thought this deck was going to have a lot harder time thanks to the release of Chaotic Swell, the new stadium that was being played in most Arceus Dialga Palkia decks. Makes it much easier, or much more difficult, sorry, to keep a Giant Hearth in play and to get those energies out of the deck. But Robin kind of got around this by playing a copy of Fiery Flint, so he had a trainer that let him just get 4 energies out of the deck in one go of it. So I'm sure the Flint was very good for him throughout the weekend. We got the 4 Cherish Balls, 4 Communications, and 4 Switch. The Cherish Balls and the Communications obviously help us find our Pokemon, and Switch just gives us that mobility. We want to get Jirachi into the active, you know, a lot of the time. So, and also if we start anything and want to, you know, move into an attacker, obviously Switch is very good, and also combos well with Burning Road on Heatran-GX. So that's all I've got to say about this list. Of course, we do have 18 Fire Energy, which seems like a lot, but it's what you need to get there with the numbers on Infinity to be able to gust stuff up. It's just really, you know, you need to have a high count of energy in this deck. So yeah, here's the list that Robin used to win. Congrats once again to him. Insane accomplishment, insane player. And we're going to hop right onto the ladder and see if we can't grab a couple of games and hopefully get a couple of wins in the video today. I'm sorry, it had been a few days since I made a video. Didn't post something since last Thursday, so I do apologize for that. Just, you know, went out of town this weekend, had a lot of stuff going on, so was not able to get to as many videos as I would have liked, so hopefully we can get things moving back here. Looks like we are going to be going up against a Blacephalon deck, so our 1 prize Pokemon are going to be very important for us, and it's going to kind of come down to their like, do they play things like Island Challenge Amulet? That could be kind of tough for us to deal with, potentially. We're just going to start the Jirachi and not put anything else down. It's unlikely they reset stamp us, and we might not want the Turtonator. Looks like it is actually a Charizard Breaks-In deck, maybe some sort of Mewtwo box, not using Blacephalon like I initially thought. It looks like it is kind of going to be like a Greens Charizard deck. Okay. So I definitely thought we were going to be seeing Blacephalon based on the deck box and also the Psychic Fire typing, but I wonder what his Psychic type could be. What Psychic type would Green's Zard be playing right now? He wouldn't want to play anything with an ability, I wouldn't think. Okay, so he doesn't have a Welder. He's going to Brilliant Flare next turn. We are going to try to just blow him up with, I think Reshiram and Charizard Tag Team GX is going to be the best option. So let's go ahead and go just get that guy out of the deck. He is here. And yeah, we're just going to try to do 300 damage on the second turn of the game with Double Blaze GX. We've got the two fires in hand with the Welder. So let's go ahead and get these energies down on this guy. We get an Escape Board. We get Heatran-GX. That could be... we actually probably don't need Heatran at this point in this matchup. And we can probably get rid of this Jirachi as well. We don't want to clog our bench too much. So if we can get a Double Blaze knockout here... yeah, Double Blaze knockout into a Heatran or a... not Heatran, Turtonator or a Victini knockout is going to be the way to go. So I think we're just going to ditch the Heatran-GX. We also could potentially use Mega Lopunny depending on how they get things moving on their turn. We'll Stellar Wish, see what we find. It's actually nothing. And I think we're going to not put the Giant Hearth in play. This could get a little awkward for us, though, if we do with the Welder next turn. So we could retreat to try to save the Jirachi. I maybe should have just put the second Jirachi in play, actually, so we could get a second Stellar Wish this turn guaranteed. And then if that one goes down, we still have another Stellar Wish. That actually probably would have been the move. So that is definitely a bit of a mistake. I'm not really quite sure what I was thinking there. But we'll just go ahead and pass it over to them. I think this is better to leave active than... I guess we could have given them Vulpix, actually. I don't think that would have been terrible. Now they're just going to knock this out. And then we have to hit Welder off of our Dedenne. Choice Helmet, not going to save them from the Double Blaze. Double Blaze, of course, hits through it anyway, but they're going to search their deck for 3 cards to put them in their hand. Such a good attack here with the Charizard and Breaks-In GX. But after that, if we get a knockout here for 300 damage, I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do to close out this game. I definitely should have put the other Jirachi down. I really don't know what I was thinking. So, we'll see if we get punished or not. Hopefully the answer is no. There is another energy on the top. Let's go get Dedenne. We do only have one. This is our last Dedenne in deck, so we really just need to draw a Welder here. Let's see it. We did not get there, but we can dig a little more. So we actually could be okay. We definitely could be okay. How many energies are in the deck? Still 7. So let's go like this. Let's Giant Hearth away the fire. Get 2 energies out. And now we need to find a Welder here. And we'll be A-okay. Never punished, right, guys? Never punished, never punished. Never punished. There we go. 300 damage on the second turn. And I think that should be able to wrap it up for us. They just have nothing set up. Sure, they have a pretty massive hand. But other than that, there's just not much going for them. They don't have anything that's going to be able to respond to this right away. 270 HP on this guy. There's our other Dedenne out of the prizes. That is excellent to see. We also get a Fire Energy. They do get down their own Reshiram and Charizard-GX. They're going to Giant Hearth away the Fiery Flint. Gets a couple fires out of the deck. They do have a good amount of fires. And they're probably just going to start to power up this guy on the bench. Actually going to go with the active. Could we see the Crimson Pillar GX? Go ahead and burn and confuse us, I guess. Looks like that is going to be the play. Going to load up both of these guys. And then we could just end the game here on this turn with a Turtonator plus a Welder and another energy. That would close things out for us. Alright, so we do have a switch in hand. That is good. Let's go ahead and start with a Giant Hearth, getting rid of Vulpix. Get a couple energies out. So we're going to switch. We need a communication. Alright, so let's actually, we're going to Heat Factory. Try to draw a couple this way. There's Victini, there's Turtonator. So we have a couple of fires in the deck still. Let's go ahead and switch. I don't think we can necessarily like guarantee it. If we had drawn the Pal Pad there, that would have been excellent. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we got 5 total left between the deck and prizes. I think there's just 2 in the deck, if I remember. So let's go ahead and we can't get enough in the discard for Victini to really do anything right now. I think we can Flint away a Fire and a Giant Hearth. I really kind of want to keep the Giant Hearth. I guess we could just get rid of 2 Fire. I'm pretty sure there was 2 in the deck. Oh no, we drew 1. Okay, there's not 2 in the deck. I think we have to get rid of the Giant Hearth. Okay, there was 2 in the deck. Okay, we could have gotten rid of 2 fires, but this is okay. Stellar Wish into Welder gives us the game, and there we go, we get there. Easy enough. GG, and that's why this deck is so powerful against these tag teams, just being able to get 2 like this is turn 3 of the game. We've drawn through our entire deck, and we are taking 2 tag team knockouts right in a row. This is like ideal scenario for this deck. Doing just like literally that game I don't think could have gone more perfect, even though we messed up with the Jirachi on the first turn. That was definitely a mistake on my part. We got never punished, and we're still able to take a win there in that one after prizing 3 fire energies as our last 3 prizes. So there we go, GG's in that first one. And we're going to hop in and try to grab another one. And you can just see the power behind this deck. It is so reliant on that Welder supporter, and if you are unable to draw it every single turn, it does become very difficult for you. But getting through it and getting to it every single turn is obviously very good for you if you can make that happen. So we'll hop back in, try to grab another one, and see if we can't come away with another win and come out on top once again. Alright, so we'll see what they are playing. Looks like Lightning, Dragon, Psychic, Colorless. So it could be a mirror match, and we just didn't see the fire type in their deck. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness that is a mulligan, because that would have been just terrible. Absolutely terrible. And that is one of the things about this deck, is you do get starting hands like this. A lot of times your first hand is just really clunky and really bad, and you're really reliant on your Dedenne to try to get you through the deck. Okay, so not terrible, but not great. I think we'll hold off on the Vulpix for now. Alright, it looks like it's going to be a Reshiram and Zekrom deck, actually. So we're going for second twice in a row. They're going to go ahead and get the tag call moving. Might get another Reshiram and Zekrom, and if they need to get a draw supporter, we will probably see that Cynthia and Caitlyn. Looks like they're actually just going to go grab a Mallow and Lana. And they can Pokecom. It looks like it's going to be that Reshiram and Zekrom back into the deck, and this is probably going to be getting another Poipole, so they can get multiple Naganadels set up, because that's what they need in order to stream Fabled Flare Bolts in back-to-back turns. I think this is a matchup, since they are much more easily able to one-shot a Reshiram and Charizard, even though it's not that easy. It's more reasonable that they could do that. I think this is a matchup where we might want to go with something like Turtonator early on. We, of course, putting Giant Hearth in play is also really good for them. Let's see if they get an attachment for a turn. They do get a Fire Energy attached to the active. A Volkner as well is going to get them a Lightning Energy out of the deck. And one trainer card, or excuse me, an item card as well to go along with it. And we'll see what they grab. Could get like a treasure to just have a Naganadel next turn. Also could let them discard an energy. Looks like it will just be a Cherish Ball. Ooh, got those nice Call of Legends. Well, I had one Call of Legends Reverse Holo Energy there. Okay, we top deck a Cherish Ball. So we can go get a Heatran-GX Welder onto it. So we would Flint away, switch Vulpix, Cherish Ball, or we could Hearth and Flint away the Hearth. Or Hearth away the Flint, but I think Flinting is better. Let's see if we have the Heatran in deck first. We definitely do. Yeah, and I think Heatran's probably our best bet to start with, just because they do have that one-hit KO potential on our Reshiram and Charizard, and that's something we want to avoid if we can. I definitely want to do this over putting the Hearth in play right away. I guess we do probably want to put the Hearth in play so that they don't have continued access to it. We don't have an Ultra Beast in this deck. I always had to remember this whenever you are playing the older version of Ability-Zard with like the Baby Blacephalon, because when you have the Baby Blacephalon, you you could get that out with the Ultra Space. So let's go ahead and see what we get here with the Wish. We do get a Heat Factory Prism Star. So actually, I think we'll put that in play instead of the Giant Hearth this turn. Try to just draw some more cards, get ourselves more set up for the next turn. We do still have an energy to attach for turn, and then we also have the Hearth to bump things next turn, as we actually get a Dedenne as well. I really don't want to lose our Jirachi here. Do we think that he can pull off the knockout on Reshiram and Charizard this turn? Or even on the Heatran? It's pretty difficult for him to get 2 more energies in the discard plus 1 on the active. Well, he can Heat Factory 1, Treasure 1, and then attach. It's actually really not even that unlikely for him to hit 270 this turn, because he did get the 3. He does have to draw all 3 Naganadels. That's so much. If he gets there, I guess he gets there. I would rather conserve the Jirachi, I think. And we don't want to discard the Giant Hearths right away. So let's just do this. And maybe if he hits us for, like, a little bit, but not, like, a lot. Like, if he just hits us for, what would it be, 180, then maybe we can, like, outrage the Dedenne later on for some reasonable damage for just 2 energy. That's definitely something that could happen. So there's the Lightning Energy. We knew he had one of those. Oh, it is a red and blue version of the deck. Okay, so he's going to get Stinger GX Naganadel, or the Ultra Conversion one. Okay. Very interesting version of the deck here. I've seen this running around a little bit. Now he only needs 1 Naganadel, and then he will be able to get the knockout on this. Okay, I think if I had been expecting this, I would not have gone for this play. But if we do just get the knockout next turn on this thing with a Hot Burn GX, honestly, he might not be able to respond to it. Well, yeah, I don't know. He might not. He would have to respond with his own Reshiram and Zekrom, and then we can maybe win with our Victini if we get enough energies in the discard pile. So that's something we're definitely going to want to consider here, getting a lot of energies in the discard. I was not expecting the red and blue. But that actually seems to have worked out very well for them. Maybe because, I mean, they did have an excellent turn 1, getting down 3 Poiples. Alright, very interesting. We did save the Jirachi, which is what I really wanted to do with that turn, but definitely less than ideal situation to start with. Okay, so I think I am just going to ditch these 2 Fire Energies, because I think we're going to need to get to a good amount of Fires in discard for a potential Victini. So we're just going to go ahead and Dead Eye Change, discard the 2, and hope to draw 1, plus we have the Hearth in play. We did draw 1, we have the Hearth, we have the Communication, we got the Welder. So do we ever want to snipe anything down? I don't think so. I think we just want to take 3 prizes. I wish we had something like a Reset Stamp in the deck. That was something I always kind of wanted. So let's just Giant Hearth away a Calm. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. So yeah, not enough to knock out with Mega Lopunny. Wait. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Yeah. So we do 240 with Jumping Balloon. Not quite enough there. We could try to Explosive Jet, but I think we really want to keep our energies in play just in case he does not get the knockout. So we do have this knockout here. Oh, man. I would have rather given him the Vulpix than what we ended up doing that turn, guys. Now we just really need to hope that, I don't know, that we can make something happen next turn. I just was not expecting the turn 2 270, but maybe I should have respected it a little more. I actually kind of think we want to get another Vulpix down. So, or sorry, the Ditto. I know we discarded the other Vulpix. So that we can either draw with the Zebstrika, or we can potentially double 9 Temptations in order to bring up another tag team to get more energies in the discard pile, which might seem kind of weird, but I think this is kind of where we have to be right now. So once again, turn 2, 300 damage. Exactly what you want to see, but at the cost of giving up the Reshiram and Charizard turn 1, which might just end up costing us the game. Maybe retreating into even the Vulpix would have been better than retreating into the Reshiram and Charizard. Even Dedenne. Honestly, we should have just given him the Dedenne. I think him taking the 2 prizes there is not going to really matter most of the time. Do we have the Flint? No. Okay, we used it on turn 1. That's right. Yeah, and he gets back-to-back turns of 270 because he can just charging up. Yep, man. The Cocoa Prism coming in clutch at the perfect time. So we need 14 energies in the discard pile. There's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We can get there without even having to use the double 9 Temptations that I thought we might have to use. That was kind of just a little cheesy, honestly. We might still be able to get there. He's going to Cynthia and Caitlyn. Draws 1. Ooh, hits us with the Stamp. That's definitely what they want to see. We've still got the Communication. We've got the Cherish Ball in the deck. That's why we didn't play those cards. Yep, now we can Cherish Ball for a Dedenne and still draw a bunch. Maybe we should have put down the Victini Prism Star, actually. As he puts down a Shrine of Punishments, I guess this is to hit 280 against the Arceus Dialga Palkia decks. That's actually something I've thought about before as well. Makes sense. Oh, yeah, and it only has to hit us for 180 as well, and we get knocked out to Shrine, so he saves 2 energies in play. But now we need 1 less energy in the discard pile to get a knockout with Victini, which is great. And it is going to have to be Victini or bust here. He did get rid of our Giant Hearth, which is definitely unfortunate. Okay, so I think we have to put down... no, because we need space for Victini plus Dedenne, because we have to Dedenne here. So 9... Yeah. We actually might have to do the double... Wait, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Yeah, no. Mega Lopunny still ain't getting there. Yep, it's got to be Victini. Like, nothing. Victini and nothing else. And we just have to Dead-Eye change. Alright, so not there yet. What else would it take? 10, we need 3 more energies in the discard. I don't think we're going to get there, guys. Yeah. He probably plays Switch or something. Or we know he has a Mallow and Lana in hand, so he just has it. I guess we can play off of the hope my opponent messes up win condition. Just go for the Tail Whip. We should have put down the Victini to get another card out of the deck. Ended up being a close one, and things ended up just being bad for us because we put the Reshiram and Charizard in the active turn 1. I think we were totally fine. I just did not respect their deck enough, and I definitely should have. I did not respect Reshiram and Zekrom, and mistakes were made. So, yeah, we know they have the Mallow and Lana in hand. All they have to do is retreat. Even though we did hit heads on the Tail Whip. Yep, there's an Ultra Space. We're going to leave it because you never know. Your opponent could mess up something. Click done before they mean to. And looks like that is not going to be the case today. Yep, they retreat. It resets the effect, of course. Chose to send up the Naganadel for some reason. Oh, because they want to go out with Style Points and Venom Shot for the last prize. It's really interesting they're playing the Beast Energy Prism as well. Yeah, they're just going to snipe the Dedenne for the game. So, yeah, I think that turn 1, if we send up the Dedenne-GX, we actually might be okay in this one. But ends up not being the case. So, you know, you're going to get punished for your mistakes like that whenever you do things like that and you just don't respect the deck enough. And that is definitely what happened in that one. So, we're going to hop back in, try to grab another one. Pokestars 007 here. Looks like they're playing Arceus Dialga Palkia, if I had to guess, which should be an okay matchup for us. They can't really consistently, you know, get knockouts on us. We just need to make sure we have ways to deal with Keldeo, and we will be just fine. We are going to start things off with a mulligan first off. And click done. Okay. And we do have a really bad opening hand, honestly. We're going to start the Vulpix, though. Give me a top deck of, like, a Pokemon, and I'll be fine. Any Pokemon? No. Okay. So we're going to put this guy out. We are going to attach. Yeah, we'll just attach. So we can move this, potentially, and go ahead and Dedenne-GX. There's a Welder. There's communication there. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so let's go get Reshiram and Charizard here. I think Reshiram and Charizard is probably the best way. Actually, Heatran would be better, but it looks like it is prized. Maybe we shouldn't have attached here just so we could try to attach to the Reshiram and Charizard this turn. So maybe now we just go get Turtonator. Yeah, I think we just go get Turtonator. Try to knock him out with this guy. I probably should have not attached, so that's kind of a mistake on my part. That way we could Welder onto a Reshiram and Charizard and try to attach to it still. Though that is risky because if you don't draw it, then you're just still not doing 300 damage. We actually do get into a Jirachi, which is perfect. We have a Welder for 1 at least next turn. Alright, and we get a Escape Board, which I think that is going to be our best thing to take. Yeah, we'll just take that. And we know with his deck, he's going to be trying to go for that turn 1 Altered Creation GX. And now we'll kick it over to our opponent and see what they can get moving. Here comes a Cherish Ball to start. Gonna go get an Arceus Dialga Palkia. And let's see if they can get that in play. Yep, there goes the Giant Hearth. And that is unfortunate. Here comes the Ends Resolve. Let's see how many energy they hit. And, oh, I did see one of each type, so that is ideal. I thought I saw a water. Did I not see a water? Ooh, I guess I did not see the water. It must have been the Cherish Ball. So now they just need a water. They do have it. Ooh, but they don't have the switch. And we top deck the second energy, which is excellent. So we could pop off here and gust up this Arceus Dialga Palkia and just knock it out. That would be insane if we could do that. So let's Welder. Where do we put them? It doesn't really matter if we're going to discard them with Turtonator, but we might want to spread them out just in case for like getting Heatran out of the prizes. I think we'll just put them on Dedenne-GX. Yeah. Alright, so we can Stellar Wish. There's a communication, which is good to put the Victini back for later. We can go get the Ninetales, and we can still Dedenne. Yeah, we could definitely get there this turn. Go get the Ninetales. We need to draw 3 fire energies off of this Dedenne change. And or the Fiery Flint would also work. It's a 1-card piece that gets us there. And we also get to put back 2 Welders, which is nice. I almost didn't even want to put them back because like we want to draw those other things, but you definitely have to put them back. So we'll do that. There's 1, 2, 3. Oh, so close. We actually can still dig. And I think we're going to. We got the Welder for next turn, so that's okay. I think we just pass. Yeah, I think we're just gonna pass. They didn't do anything, and just attacking this gets us nowhere. Yeah, we're just gonna pass. So they do attach active so they can retreat, and now they'll get off the Altered Creation, and now we definitely have the knockout this turn, and we can try to get more energies in play other places. Okay, so let's start with a, I guess we can look for a, we could look for the Flint if we could get there. Just Weldering 1 is like okay here though, so I think we'll just do that. Yeah, we'll just do that, that's fine. And we can still Stellar Wish another time. We also get another energy. Yeah, going in with the this guy early is a little tough sometimes. We can still discard 6 from play. And we can get the Heatran-GX out of the prizes. So I kind of want to keep them on the bench for that reason. At least a couple. Maybe just the one. I guess it should be on a Ninetales then. Because that way we have the pivot potential, and it also can attack. Let's just go like this. I think it's unlikely Turtonator is getting knocked out. We're doing 300. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, maybe it would have just been better to get the Reshiram, honestly. It's also one of our answers to Keldeo, the Turtonator, that is. Reshiram, I guess, is also an answer, so maybe it doesn't really matter. We do get 2 fires out of the prizes. We do have a Welder in hand, of course. Let's see if they have a reset stamp. That could be really bad for us, potentially. They just have had nothing going on, though. And, yeah, they're just going to Dragon Claw, and we will be able to win with a Welder. So, unfortunate draws for our opponents, but sometimes games can go like that, and we're just able to close it out with an Explosive Jet. Turtonator, excuse me, too good. So you can just see the power of the deck whenever you get to, you know, pop off and draw your Welders every turn. It's very, very good. And we get a nice Celestial Storm pack as well. Let's go. We'll hop back in and we'll grab one more to try to close the video out. About 33 minutes in, so we should have time for one more good, solid game. Like I've said before, I usually try to get to be that, to get to around that, like, 40-ish minute mark. 40 to 50, somewhere in there for the length of my videos. It seems to be a pretty good time, and as long as we're showing off the deck well as well, that is what we're trying to do. So, looks like we're going against another Arceus Dialga Palkia deck. We'll call tails, we win the flip, and we will choose to go first. Oh, and this is one of those hands. So, yep, it does happen, guys. Sometimes this is the give and take of the deck, right? But the thing is we can top deck Communication, we can top deck Cherish Ball. There's so many good things that get us out of this. We also get to Stellar Wish and try to draw into those things. And I guess we could just ditch the Zebstrika, honestly. Yeah, I'm kind of fine with just ditching the Zebstrika and not calming it back into the deck. I guess a better reason would be to keep the Cherish Ball in the deck to have higher odds to get to Welder onto a better thing this turn. But we're going to have to draw pretty well to Welder onto anything relevant this turn. And I'm going to go ahead and discard all these energies because I want to attach to something good. Oh, we get the Welder, but no attachment for turn. Okay. So we can still get Heatran-GX next turn, though, so we will still Welder to the Dedenne. How many fires we discard? 6? I really want to discard none of this in our hand, so we're just going to go Welder 2 with the Giant Hearth, I mean. And we get another, okay, another awkward-looking hand. We want to attach for sure. We could have just gotten rid of the other Giant Hearth, honestly, because it's pretty likely he's going to get a Chaotic Swell. We're trying to power up the strongest Dedenne in the world, and we'll pass it over to our opponent. Hopefully, if we can top deck a Pokemon next turn, we'll be just fine. They're just going to attach to Arceus Dialga Palkia. Here comes their own communication. So we'll see what they get rid of. Looks like it's going to be a Dedenne going back into the deck, so they should have at least a reasonable hand here. Where they're just checking the deck and they're going to get the Dedenne back because they need to discard their hand. Which is also something that could be happening. Nope, looks like they're just going to start with a Stellar Wish of their own. Going to throw an Escape Board down on it. And a Cynthia. So, unless they're playing the Rayquaza Energy Switch version of the deck, we will not see a turn 1 Altered Creation. Here comes a Switch, though, so they can still get off a Stellar Wish and also move their ADP out of harm's way, because otherwise we were definitely going to try to come for that guy. And we can't do it because we don't have a Vulpix down, so we can't pop off and get a knockout on this guy this turn. Alright, here comes a Tag Call. Let's see what they want to search out with this. Maybe another ADP, and then maybe like a Cynthia and Caitlyn for next turn if they don't have a very good hand. Could potentially get a Mallow and Lana to try to hold onto that. Looks like they're going to get a Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff, and then a Cynthia and Caitlyn. So yeah, definitely something you always want to be considering and trying to play around is the Mega Lopunny and Jigglypuff tag team. And our Giant Hearth actually sticks in play, which was unexpected but very nice. We can Stellar Wish to try to find a Cherish Ball, or we can just Welder back onto the Dedenne again, which I guess it is safe. He hasn't used the GX attack. He can't knock it out. And then we can eventually get a Heatran. Is that the play? Just Welder again onto Dedenne. Let's go ahead and get a couple fires out. We do only have 2 Cherish Ball in the deck. We have a lot of Pokemon though, so we definitely could draw a Pokemon here. The strongest Dedenne in the world, guys, is here. We do get a Lopunny Jigglypuff, which I guess is better to be attaching to than the Dedenne, but we also hit our communication out, which is nice. So let's see what we get here with the Stellar Wish first. We get a Escape Board. We have the Switch in hand. I think we take the Flint because it's pretty likely we're going to lose our Stadium this coming turn. I really wanted to draw, I really wanted to get down a Vulpix this turn as well, because now we're just going to be kind of playing this like sitting duck waiting game. I guess we can still get down a Vulpix and attach to it, and then still look for a Heatran next turn. I don't think that is going to be the move, though. I really think we probably just need to go ahead and... is that greedy? How many fires are in the deck? 5. We do have the Victini. And do we have the other Dedenne? Or one of the other 2 Dedenne? We do. Oh boy. We're gonna play like this. This feels so weird and so wrong, but it's where we're at right now. What the heck is this game? This is probably not a good idea. Probably not a good idea. But I do think that our stuff is safe, at least for now, right? I guess we could have taken the Escape Board in case he does Great Catcher and hit this. But I wouldn't expect him to go for that play. He is going to Stellar Wish for a Cynthia. Interesting that he chose to do that before... it's interesting to me that he chose to do that as opposed to like playing their Cynthia and Caitlyn we know they had in hand, but maybe they just needed more stuff and wanted to just refresh the hand. Yep, and they do find the Chaotic Swell, which is good for them. Not for us, obviously. Yeah, and if we got the Heatran, they definitely couldn't have just gone for this play as well, which is something else to consider. Alright. But if we hit the Heatran here, we're like so chillin'. We're just gonna Welder 2 to the Vulpix, guys. Like, what the heck is this game? What is even happening? We do hit the Heatran, perfect. So we can now also go with the Pal Pad. Put back 2 guys. Flint away Jirachi and the Fire to get the other 4 out of the deck. Oh, the 3 out of the deck, so we gotta be a little careful. We're gonna need to use the Victini very soon, probably. We get a Heat Factory, we can't use that. So we'll just take Welder. And we will switch into the Heatran. And we're going to move all of them from the Dedenne to it, and then 1 from the Vulpix. What is even happening? We're not going to even attach, I don't think. 7, 10, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, this is all of our Fire Energy. We're going to Hot Burn GX. I think we did prize. We had 2 in the deck, right? I don't know. Alright, there's a Cherish Ball. There's a Dedenne. There's a Ditto. Okay. Somehow, we might be able to close this out. And yep, they're just going to go ahead and scoop. So, looks like they didn't have very much going on. And a weird game in that one, but we were able to come out on top still. Yeah. You love it and you hate it sometimes, guys. That's kind of the relationship you have with this deck. You love it and you hate it. But there we go. That is going to do it for the Ability-Zard. Once again, congrats to Robin on his win. A international championship title is a insane and huge accomplishment, so many congrats, Robin. And guys, definitely leave a like down below on this video if you enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of Ability-Zard. Are you going to be playing it at your League Cups? Are you going to be playing it locally? Let me know what your plans are, and thank you guys so much for watching and for all the support as always. That is going to do it for me. I'm going to get out of here, and until next time, guys, take care.